Welcome back, everybody. Taking a break from cooking, but we've got more recipes coming up in just a few minutes. But we want to talk about keeping you safe and making it the best summer ever. And here to talk about just some great things that we should all have with us when we're on vacation or in the car or on the boat is one of the pharmacists from Hometown Pharmacy. He's from the Hometown Pharmacy in Sturgeon Bay. He's been here on the show before. Welcome back to Jake. Good morning.
Good morning, Amy. Nice to be here.
Thank you for being here. So let's talk about summer is a time where we're really busy and we're doing lots of stuff that we normally wouldn't be doing. We're boating, we're taking road trips, we're hiking, we're biking. And with that, comes sometimes some injuries and some bug bites and all that kind of good stuff.
Skin is exposed as opposed to being all bundled up in the wintertime.
True.
And the last time we were here, you had mentioned that you took a hike in the Kettle Moraine area.
I did, which is beautiful, by the way. It was my first time out in that area. Took Arlo and went on a long hike, but I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't do the things that I should have done. One, I did do sunscreen, but I didn't do bug spray. I did have a hat, but you've got some other good tips. So now I always have the bug spray in my car, and we talked about different types of bug sprays. Some that don't have DEET or are more natural that you sell that you guys swear by.
Yes, and so that leads me into the moleskin for those that hike. Nothing worse than having a blister and trying to hike. I know somebody that just got back from 5 days of hiking out in Glacier National Park in Montana, and luckily you got to have a good pair of boots, obviously, but if something breaks down, keep the moleskin in the first aid kit. You can cut it back with the scissors and fit it to whatever spot it needs to go on.
And that goes for actually, Jake, happened to me. Was on just a vacation weekend in Chicago and bought a new pair of shoes. And let me tell you, it was the only pair of shoes I had. And I've never had a blister like that. So, if you're doing a lot of walking on vacation, throw one of these in your suitcase. Never thought about doing that, but definitely you guys sell these right there at Hometown Pharmacy. We're going to talk about how important it is to have a first aid kit, but also putting things in the first aid kit that might not necessarily be there. So you can add extra things to these little kits. You sell these kits as well?
Yes, we do. These are the ones that we actually have in the store. And the one thing that popped into my mind was that we have these little spray bottles that we put alcohol in. So we use that when we're kind of disinfecting the phones or the counter and stuff like that. So throw one in there because you need to have a little something in case you do get a cut.
Just like the little mini hairspray, empty, the ones, just straight up rubbing alcohol.
Correct.
No, just, in there and use that. You
can use that to cleanse the wound, if you happen to get a scrape or something like that. Obviously, most first aid kits will contain Band-Aids of various sizes. And cold packs, things like that, tape. This one here has a tweezers in it that, I'm not sure that that's everybody's, favorite. So my advice is find yourself a tweezers. And once you do, fall in love with it, buy 2, 3, 4, because they tend to disappear.
They do, they do. And you know what? Slivers happen all the time. You might need, and again, that's some extras to throw in your first aid kit. Maybe a little mini DEET, mini sunscreen, and you got your moleskin in here. These things are not expensive. And let me tell you, I've got one in my car. I've got one in my house. We have one in our kitchen. They're lifesavers.
Yes, and you can also put maybe a couple of ibuprofen in there, some Benadryl cream, for if you get into some sort of a issue with the poison ivy and things of that sort. But yeah, again, this is a used one, so it doesn't really have everything. A pair of gloves is typically in here, and then Neosporin ointment for the infections, that type of thing. So they basically do come fully equipped, but like I said, find a nice tweezers and also a fingernail clippers. Find yourself a nice fingernail clippers and then buy a bunch of them. Because
and readers too. You were saying, those readers, the glasses, they always seem to disappear. Throw those in the first aid kit too, and you're going to be all set.
Yep. Yeah. A pair for the shop, a pair for the workbench, a pair for the car, one to sit on.
Jake, at Hometown Pharmacy, we're out of town, but keeping it safe this summer. We want it to be the best summer ever. If you need any kind of advice, medical, stop into your local Hometown Pharmacy. We've got some new ones opening in the area.
Yes. Brilliant just opened this past week, and De Pere's on board. There'll be one in Kewanee. And so, those are all on the on the radar.
It's exciting stuff. Get to know your pharmacist at Hometown. Stop in there. All sorts of great natural products for summer. And the pharmacists are approachable. You can actually talk to them, ask them questions. So, Jake, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
You bet. You can find Jake again at the Sturgeon Bay Hometown Pharmacy up in Sturgeon Bay in Door County. We'll be back with the delicious recipes. Stay with us.